Now, our appreciations to all of us gathered here today and now. Our feelings are still rankled when the name of Constable Andrews is mentioned. It is as if the news of his murder are just not true. We are indeed devastated and are very sad. At the same time, we are shocked and left in awe that a fellow called Mario Prince, Damian Brooks, and Chadwin Fisachi could have murdered. I'm saying could because they are suspects. Could have murdered Cullen. Who for sure was both their peer and their neighbor. If they didn't know him and they treated him as just a cop, it's possible that he knew them. And it's possible that they knew him. And they were conscious of what they were doing. We leave that with the justice process. But you stand here and you say, what exactly would have been their motive? What did they want? Was it a gun? They could have done what General Mann is saying. Take a gun if they thought that the guns that police carry are for the taking. Was it jealousy that he had become a policeman and useful in the family and was responsible? Or was it their murderous instincts, just wanted to kill someone that day? We are rattled by these questions as we ponder and reflect on the passing away of this young member. It is for this reason that we have had a discussion with the Civilian Secretariat. No, before that, Constable Andrews was the son of Mam Jean Serfontaine, seated there. And as I've said, it's difficult to sit next to you because I tried to imagine what is going on in your mind. I know how you feel. I lost a son who was 9 years old. And I know what races up and down in your mind when you're in that situation. I'm with you. But he was also a son of dead Brett Andrews, again seated next to me there. And again, it is the same thoughts that are racing in my mind, just trying to search how you actually feel. But I know the pain that you are going through. Now, this boy was just 30 years old and had just started a career to protect all of us. As a law enforcement officer. He was in Galvandale, and as has been said, he wanted to plow back immediately, back to the community where he came from, with enthusiasm and joy when he met his fate at the hands of the so-called gang. And he was there to respond on behalf of all the police in South Africa and the department and all of us. to intervene in a domestic conflict. Now, all gangs are groupings of criminals in South Africa, including here in Gqeberha and in Calvindale, and gang membership should be declared as criminal in South Africa. It is for this reason that I've had a discussion with the civilian secretariat of our department, a component in our department, special advisor to engage the Department of Justice to start a process of a law that will ban the establishment of gangs in the first place and membership thereof, so that in future we don't wait until a gang like the so-called nice-time bossers commit crimes before arresting them. We must be ahead as police and as law enforcement and say there shall be no gang at all in the first place. And if we come across rumors that there is a gang established, immediately get arrested. We investigate and we arrest them. I believe at this stage that for too long we have kind of romanticized this phenomenon. Even when we meet in areas like Gqeberha, Western Cape, and elsewhere, including in Gauteng, police would give you a report. In this area, there are 5 gangs that are operating. It is this gang, that gang, this gang, that gang, and they are known and called by name. And we even know who they lead. Now, these are not groupings of choristers. They are not. They are groupings of criminals. And therefore, on coming across their names and their existence, we should act before they engage on any criminality. And therefore, we'll start a process. There is law on gangsterism or on gangs, but it doesn't accommodate the existence, the very existence, the very establishment. It talks about what you can't do, or if you do 1, 2, 3 in assistance of gangs, then and then. But we need to go straight and say no gangs in South Africa, particularly in the name of, I dare say, Honorable Constable Cullen John Andrews. Constable Andrews had been placed with Calvindale subs since October for only a few days, just above 200 days, when he met his ultimate death. He became a hero the moment he answered the call to serve, and he died a hero. And he will forever be remembered for his bravery and dedication. From how he has been described, Constable Andrews was a well-mannered young man, general. And all of you saw the video. There's no impression that he was wild on anything. He was always smiling, always gentle, always friendly with people. But they say at work, he was a wonder. He was well-mannered, and he certainly had a bright future. And there's no doubt in our minds that he was working towards bringing good life for his family, very committed. Now, yesterday when we arrived in Gqeberha, we received a briefing from General Mene and her colleagues, the whole team of investigators and other personnel in this area, to ascertain exactly what happened on that very day and the specifics. And I believe that police gave us all the specifics. One, about the vehicle itself, that the vehicle had never been involved in any accident before. The vehicle was regularly serviced and repaired where it would be necessary. Now, during its last visit to the SAPS garage in November 2024, which was a normal check on vehicles, the vehicle was fitted with a brand new battery and a new starter because of the brand of the vehicle and the duration of the period that it had taken since it was bought and started getting used. On the fateful day, Constable Andrews and his partner had attended 18 complaints before this very one, 18 of them. And the vehicle, the very same vehicle that they had used in all 18 visits, had given no challenges, and they themselves reported no challenge at all with the starter. That's the report. The vehicle has since been taken for inspection and investigation, and what is baffling is that on all occasions, different days since the tragedy, the vehicle has started without any challenge and without an age. Now, we are giving this report just for certainty, just for us to know exactly what happened, what was the situation of the vehicle. And this is the report that we got from police. When I first heard what had happened via telephone, I almost concluded that it must have been one of the vehicles that sometimes give police problems, and that this could have been avoided. When I got the report, it was clear that it was tragic. In February this year, we will gather as police department in Johannesburg to look at the working conditions of the police. Just to say on those 3 days, what exactly are the working conditions of police in detail, all divisions, all ranks, everything, with an objective of making improvements and adjustments where we can, to the best of our ability. This will be done, among other things, to boost the morale of police officers, including those who are in management and the department itself. And later, in March, we will hold a 3-day police policing summit in the country to look at a range of issues, including professionalizing the service. But we'll be focusing on making a shift, or starting a process of making a shift towards proactive policing in South Africa as a new era from largely reactive policing. We'll also be looking at effectiveness of SAPS in the country, in their work, and also in efficiencies. It is important to do so at this particular stage so that we continue to give hope for our democracy via an improved justice system, but from policing point of view, up to courts and all other processes, but we'll do our side, that is policing. We believe that this is necessary at this particular stage so that we give hope to our country. Now, to Constable Andrews' family, as I've said earlier on, as a father myself, I believe that no parent should have to bury their child. I believe so. And both of you are young parents. Not very young, but young parents. Indeed, this belief applies to you. And we know that this was your only child. So we can't find words that can truly ease your sorrow, which is also our sorrow. But we believe that God and time will offer the remedy to your pain. But we stand with you in grief. We stand with you in gratitude for the services and for the commitment that your son had given to the country. His sacrifice will never be forgotten. I do want to say at this stage, there are 3 suspects that we've arrested for the record, and we believe that the kind of investigation that has been put in the matter will get us to the bottom of this matter and perhaps bring us some closure, partially, as to what exactly happened, what was the motive, who are these people exactly? And from the investigation point of view, we believe that we have the correct suspects. All we are eager for is to take them through the paces of the law. This practice of people, whether they are gangsters or not, just thinking that they can kill police anytime. We want to bring it to an end, and we will bring it to some extent or towards the end. We know it is a battle, we'll have to fight, but we're determined. And I want to commend the police, firstly, for diligently investigating this matter. And I know that next Friday we'll be burying 2 other cops who were shot in their line of duty in the Free State. I want to commend you, Commissioner, and all the investigators and everybody else in this district for working tirelessly, and you arrested the suspects. I've asked General Miller to phone me or to call me on the day the real trial starts, because I'm eager to hear what exactly happened in their minds. What is it that they have to say about the murder of Cullen? I'm grateful that the municipality is here in the form of Mama Johnson, so that we all share and support the family. We have just a few months ago signed a memorandum of agreement wherein we share our resources with the Metro Police and augment whatever weakness we have at the moment in terms of numbers and other resources. We know this place is quite resistant. There are quite a number of criminals out there in community, and we urge you as a community to work with us, to support us, because these criminals, they might be your relative today, but tomorrow they are your enemy. Don't harbor them. Don't harbor them. Don't protect them. These are the enemies of the community and the enemies of the Republic of South Africa. Let's work together. Now we thank you for your son's sacrifice, and it will never be forgotten. He was a son to this nation too, and we forever are indebted to him for his services and courage. It is for this reason, once more, in support of what General Nhua said, that he was accorded an official funeral service, and it was ordered in his honor. If a policeman dies somewhere in their involvement, if that becomes the case in crime, we won't accord them a state funeral, and their coffins will never be draped in South African colors. This is reserved for those whose actions indeed deserve this kind of honor. And we honor your son, and we thank you, and we thank him for that. With all of that, we say goodbye to you, Cullen. Wherever you are going, wherever you'll be, please keep on smiling. Thank you very much.